Every weekend, millions of people spend money and sweat trying to kill weeds. They buy chemicals, spray bottles, and spend hours in the sun, convinced they're protecting their lawns. But here's the truth nobody told them. Those weeds are not enemies. They are food, medicine, and even money. Some are sold in grocery stores for $8 a bunch. Others are used by doctors since ancient Greece. And chefs in fine dining restaurants pay premium prices for them. So before you spend another dollar destroying what grows freely, stay with me. Because today, I'll show you 10 weeds that are more valuable than your garden crops. By the end of this video, you'll see your lawn not as a battlefield, but as a treasure chest. Welcome to Evergreen Urban Harvest, the channel where we grow smarter, harvest naturally, and discover hidden value in the plants around us. This video is not just about gardening. It's about changing how you see nature. These weeds don't need fertilizer, they don't need care, and yet they give us nutrition, healing, and even income. But one important note, always be 100% sure of plant identification before eating anything from the wild. Some plants have dangerous lookalikes. Use a field guide or ask a local expert. Safety first. Now let's dive into the list. The first plant we need to talk about is the one everyone knows, the dandelion. For decades, lawn care companies have painted it as the enemy, convincing homeowners to spend money and time pulling or spraying it away. But the truth is, every single part of the dandelion is edible and beneficial. The leaves are packed with vitamins A, C, and E, along with minerals like iron and magnesium. Young leaves taste fresh and slightly bitter, perfect for salads. The roots can be roasted into a coffee substitute that supports liver health, while the flowers can be turned into wine, fritters, or simply added to a salad for color. Modern research confirms its anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. Imagine this. People are paying for dandelion greens in grocery stores, while most of us are busy destroying them in our yards. That's the irony. What we call a weed is actually a free superfood waiting to be harvested. Now, flowing naturally from the dandelion, let's look at another plant that hides in plain sight, plantain. Not the banana fruit, but the flat green plant with thick veins that grows in sidewalks, lawns, and garden beds. Native Americans called it white man's foot because it spread everywhere Europeans went. They quickly recognized its healing power. Crush a fresh leaf and place it on a bee sting, mosquito bite, or small cut. Within minutes, the pain and swelling ease. It works like a natural first aid kit. Beyond that, the young leaves are edible and can be steamed, sautéed, or brewed into tea for urinary and respiratory health. Unlike garden crops, plantain asks for nothing, no water, no fertilizer, no care. It simply grows and offers help. After learning about dandelion's nutrition, plantain shows us another side of weeds. They are not just food, but medicine right under our feet. From medicine, let's move to a plant that brings food when we need it most, chickweed. This tiny green carpet with star-shaped white flowers often appears in late winter or early spring, when gardens are still bare. It's nature's way of bridging the gap between seasons. Chickweed is rich in phosphorus, calcium, and iron, and its mild flavor makes it perfect for fresh salads. It's pleasant, slightly grassy, and refreshing when nothing else is ready to harvest. For centuries, people also used chickweed as a soothing remedy for burns, rashes, and skin irritation. Brewed into a gentle tea, it works as a mild diuretic. Think about the timing. While you wait for your garden to wake up, chickweed is already there, offering food and healing. After seeing dandelion and plantain, chickweed adds another layer. Weeds are not just survival food. They are seasonal gifts that arrive exactly when we need them. As spring deepens, another plant appears, wild violet. These little purple and white flowers brighten lawns and fence lines. Yet most people pull them out without a second thought. But wild violets are edible and surprisingly nutritious. The leaves and flowers are high in vitamin C and contain anti-inflammatory compounds. The flowers can be tossed into salads, steeped into syrups, or crystallized for desserts. Upscale chefs even pay for them as garnishes. Beyond beauty and flavor, violets are practical too. Once they spread, they crowd out other weeds, reducing your workload. So instead of fighting them, let them grow. Coming after chickweed, violets show us that weeds are not only food and medicine, but also beauty. They remind us that nature doesn't just feed us, it decorates our world, offering color and joy along with nutrition. Wood sorrel is one of those plants that surprises everyone the first time they taste it. With its shamrock-like leaves and small yellow flowers, it looks ordinary, but the flavor is bright, tangy, and lemony, almost like nature hid a drop of citrus inside each leaf. Children especially love it, often eating handfuls once they discover the taste. Historically, wood sorrel was used in Europe to make refreshing drinks for fever and thirst, and in North America, it was brewed into teas for cooling the body during hot summers. Today, chefs prize it for its ability to transform salads, sauces, and garnishes with a burst of flavor. In fact, specialty foragers sell wood sorrel to fine dining restaurants for several dollars per small bunch. That means what most people step over in their yard is actually a gourmet ingredient with real market value. Safety reminder: wood sorrel contains oxalic acid, like spinach or rhubarb, so enjoy it in moderation. This plant shows us that weeds can be both delicious and profitable. Lamb's quarters grow tall, with dusty green leaves that most people mistake for aggressive weeds. But nutritionally, they surpass spinach: more calcium, protein, vitamin C, and vitamin A. Their seeds are direct cousins of quinoa, the grain we pay $8.9 a bag for in stores. And here's the income angle. Lamb's quarter seeds can be harvested and sold as a wild grain alternative, appealing to health-conscious buyers and artisan bakers. The leaves themselves are marketable too. Some farmers' markets already sell lamb's quarters as wild spinach. So what most people pull out as a nuisance could actually be packaged and sold for profit. Flowing naturally from wood sorrel's flavor, lamb's quarters remind us that weeds can be powerhouses of nutrition and even a source of income, offering strength and sustenance beyond what we planned intentionally. Stinging nettle is often feared because of its sting, but once cooked, it becomes one of the most nutritious greens you can eat. Blanching or sautéing removes the sting completely, leaving a vegetable rich in vitamins A, K, D, and minerals like iron and calcium. It supports joint health, circulation, and even reduces allergy symptoms. In Europe, nettle tea is mainstream, sold in grocery stores and consumed daily. And here's the income angle. Dried nettle leaves sell $4.15, 20 per pound at farmers markets and online platforms like Etsy. That means a patch of nettles in your yard could be turned into a small side business. Safety reminder: always wear gloves when harvesting raw nettles and cook them thoroughly before eating. Flowing naturally from lamb's quarters nutrition, nettle shows us resilience. A plant that seems dangerous but hides incredible value once we understand it, both for health and for income. Red clover, with its pink-purple flowers, is loved by bees and equally valuable to humans. It contains compounds called isoflavones, which mimic estrogen and help reduce hot flashes in menopausal women. Studies also show it supports bone health. Beyond health, red clover has a market value. Dried red clover flowers sell well at herbal markets and online platforms like Etsy, often fetching $12, 18 per pound. Herbalists and tea makers buy them for blends, and supplement companies use them in capsules. That means the pink flowers waving in your lawn are not just medicine. They're a product people are willing to pay for. After nettle's resilience, red clover brings gentleness and balance, caring for women's health, enriching soil, and offering a surprising income stream for those who harvest it. Mullein looks like a medieval torch, with tall spikes of yellow flowers and velvety leaves. For over 2,000 years, it has been used for lung health. Ancient Greeks recommended it for respiratory diseases, and Appalachian folk medicine brewed it into syrups for coughs. Modern science explains why. Mullein contains compounds that soothe airways and thin mucus. Today, it's sold in teas and capsules across health stores. And here's the modern income angle. Mullein teas, tinctures, and capsules are a growing niche in the herbal supplement market, with products selling $4.10, $25 per bottle. Herbal shops and online sellers actively source dried mullein leaves and flowers. So the towering torch plant in your yard isn't just a folk remedy. It's part of a profitable wellness industry. Flowing from red clover's gentle support, mullein continues the theme of healing, showing us that weeds are not just food, but powerful medicine with real market demand. Finally, we arrive at Purslane, the crown jewel of weeds. This low-growing succulent with reddish stems and green leaves is found worldwide, thriving in conditions that kill most other plants. Purslane contains the highest omega-3 levels of any land plant, more vitamin E than spinach, and more beta-carotene than carrots. Cultures across Mexico, France, and China have used it for generations, while in the US we spray it away. Purslane tastes slightly lemony and salty, perfect for salads, smoothies, or pesto. And here's the money promise fulfilled. Purslane is sold in Middle Eastern and European grocery stores $4.6 per bunch, and chefs in fine dining restaurants pay even more for fresh supply. That means the weed you've been pulling out is actually a global superfood with real market demand. Safety reminder: as always, confirm identification before harvesting, since Purslane has lookalikes. After mullein's healing, Purslane closes the list with abundance, the ultimate proof that weeds are treasures, not enemies, and even a source of income. So now you've walked through the full journey, from the humble dandelion that grocery stores already sell, to plantain that works as a free first aid kit, to chickweed that feeds you before spring arrives, to violets that chefs pay for, to wood sorrel that adds gourmet flavor, to lamb's quarters that rival spinach, to nettles that can be sold for $20 a pound, to red clover that supports women's health and enriches soil, to mullein trusted for centuries for lung health, and finally Purslane, a global superfood sold in markets worldwide. Think back to the beginning, a neighbor spraying chemicals to kill these plants. Now you know those weeds are food, medicine, beauty, and even money. You are not the same person who pressed play. You've gone from seeing weeds as enemies to recognizing them as allies, gifts, and opportunities. If this video gave you value, share it with someone who still fights their lawn. And subscribe to Evergreen Urban Harvest so you never miss the next blueprint for growing smarter. In our next video, we'll take these same plants and turn them into real meals, dishes you'll be proud to serve. Remember, don't destroy your weeds. Harvest them, enjoy them, and maybe even profit from them.